Hello, this is teddygaming. Welcome back to another review, and today's one we're going to be breaking down the tmnt, the Armageddon games opening moves issue number 2. So yeah, it's finally out, and wow, I don't really know what to say really about this issue. So I feel like there's only two ways I'm supposed to go around this. So first one I want to talk about the art, second one I want to talk about the Backus story, and then the null story and stuff like that. So first off with the art, I want to say that it is still as fabulous as the last issue, and I really hope that this artist does come back to do so much more. I just really do enjoy his art style, but I'm not too sure if I enjoy his art style or the colours for this issue, so I'm quite a bit undecisive on that, but overall his artwork was really nice for this issue, and I'm really glad that it has like continuing quality. I know that's the same artist, so like you should like expect that, but sometimes with some panels and things can go a bit wrong, as we've learned with other artists, shall we say. Okay, so for the Backus Document stuff, this contained mainly like the first half of the issue, and I'd say he did a pretty decent job of trying to set things up for a Backus Document storyline, and in terms of how to defeat him, who may be a threat to him, and stuff like that. So with this section of the comic, we got Shredder and Kitsune spying in on Backus Document, who wants some details about Agent Bishop and the government contract. And that's when Shredder and Kitsune go into Baxter's mind and find out that a few months ago that Baxter had an interaction with Old Tom, and Old Tom was about to threatening him to kill him and stuff like that. However, Hob did decide not to go all the way through with it, and was going to bring down the mutant wall and do some other big stuff to really ruin Baxter's image, and basically ruin everything that Baxter has basically built over the past 10 years or so. And that's more or less where this part of the story ends. And I would have to say that this whole story, as good as it was with the interaction between the two characters, I do feel as though that this was a bit anticlimactic, as we got this big interaction which these two characters have not interacted with each other in, since the mutant bomb, and that was in 2019. So it's been, been like a fair while since these two characters have interacted, and to have this where Old Hob was so close to coming together to killing Baxter of everything he's done, and then ultimately just deciding not to, just because he wants to destroy everything that Baxter's built over the past like so many years. It felt very anticlimactic. I'm not too sure how everyone else feels about this little scene here, because when Old Hob is about to kill him, he decides not to. I felt this was sort of like a missed opportunity, where maybe he could have done. I know that maybe he should not have killed him, maybe he could have done something different, and maybe, I don't know, punched him up a little bit more. I just feel that this was a very anticlimactic bit where he just threw him into a glass or container thing, and then just walked away by putting on an eye patch. There was so much more I feel like that could have happened within this scene, but unfortunately we did not get anything here. Now this does lead on to Shredder coming to a realization that Old Hob is a character or an ally that they do need for the Armageddon games to take on Backus Document. However, I don't really feel like you really need Old Hob in this Armageddon game, as anyone can take on Backus Document. He's really not much of a threat really. The only biggest threat that Baxter may possess is maybe creating mutants and then maybe do some robots, but that's about it really in terms of his big threat level. He's not really too much of a threat, and I don't really see why Old Hob is going to be such a big important player. But I guess we'll eventually find that out sooner rather than later in the following issues to come, but it's still one of those things that's really puzzling me. But then we do have the null story, which was a bit more interesting, just because this character has been around since 2016, first appearing in the tmnt W Universe storyline, or the first storyline, and has not really had much to do with her character, except from appearing in a few issues here and there. One of the other times was Mutanimals, but didn't really happen with anything with that. She appeared in Jenica, some more stuff in the universe stuff. You know, her character's she's been there, but she hasn't done anything really. There's been no development for her character, her storyline, anything like that. So to have this as her first story was pretty exciting, as no one really knew what to expect. And even Shredder himself said that he didn't know what to expect, which was quite good, I would say, as it really did leave the door open to more or less being anything could happen. Now, in saying that, we do have another story which is set on dimension, I think it's Z, I think it is, or Z. You know, it's something like that. And basically, Noel is tracking down this person called Shrewberry, and they're looking for the turnstone that she has. And in doing so, Noel gets her cousin and a prototype of Verminator, I think it's Y, which I know is a direct reference to Verminator X, and I'm pretty sure they will be bringing him into the comic eventually. I'm not exactly too sure when, but I got a feeling that if they do bring him in, then this could be a rather interesting character to bring in, as he's sort of like a bounty hunter type character. I think he is. However, saying that the last story he was involved in was one where he time traveled back in time, and the host had to fight Hitler. So I'm not too sure if maybe this character is such a good idea bringing him back in. But either way, they're tracking down Shrewberry. She escapes, but then they do catch up to her. But then they do bring in another character from the past, from the same comic run, which is Cuddly the Cowlick. Yes, you know, that fan favorite character that is just a big mutant cowhead that can teleport through time, space, reality. So it's really interesting in terms of like where this story could go, just because again we don't really know anything about Noel or this version of Shrewberry. So this is gonna be really interesting, and I'm really wondering, just because everything that like we got in terms of the solicitations for the upcoming issues, where Leo and Shredwin go after Shrewberry and Cuddly, and it's really getting. It's really making me wonder now, like, what we could potentially be seeing in terms of like other universes, maybe different timelines. I feel like there is so much potential with this whole story, and specifically Cuddly, where they could bring the characters to whole new places. So I do think that could lead up to so much potential in the future, but I guess that's just gonna be more of a wait and see type of situation. Okay, but yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I'm quite interested to hear what you think about this comic in the comments below. Do you like it? Do you not? What do you think is gonna happen next? I'm not exactly too sure what's gonna happen next, just because we've got the next issue, which is 132, which is gonna be the last issue before everything gets set up in a big way. And yeah, I'm not too sure where things will be going. There's just so many things going on right now, which I'm really loving. But maybe is it one thing too many? I'm not too sure. But this has definitely set up so many storylines for this whole Armageddon game. I'm just really hoping that they can be able to pull all these off in a really good and satisfying way. Just because you got Leather Krang with Sherelle, Neutrinos, the Nova Squad. And then you got Baxter with Old Hob, you got Noel with Shrewberry and everything, and everyone else really. So they have set so much up. I'm just wondering now if they can actually pull it off, but I guess that's going to be another wait and see type of situation. But yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. If you do love us on, please share, like, subscribe and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.